can't begin to tell you how important it is to compost all these things. So the composting significantly reduces the amount of trash that we throw away and goes into landfill ultimately. Really, our trash can go for weeks even, just with these plastic bags that you get from lettuce and arugula or things like that, mostly like plastic bags. The rest goes in our recycling. We have a recycling program here. Things like this cardboard thing and other bits of cardboard, they can go into the recycling. So what we have is we have this trash can here, which is a small kind of like bathroom size trash can. It has a liner in it. So we take this liner out here. Inside this trash bag, in this can, I have this paper sack from the grocery store. I tore the handles off, and we're going to put this in the compost. And everything goes in here, you know, fruit peels, banana peels, apple cores, avocado peels, avocado pits, coffee grounds if you have them. Pretty much anything organic. Obviously we're vegans, so there's no like meat or eggs or anything in there. So it's a really healthy compost. This adds a little brown because you're supposed to have green and brown, which means sort of dried out and fresh, really, as far as I can tell. So that adds balance. And underneath this is a little newspaper. So we're going to take this out and we're going to throw it in the compost. The prime compost bin is one of these things, you rotate it. So we're going to take this compost here. You can see actually inside it here. I just rotated this thing and it's all kind of gooey. There's worms in there. You know, paper and stuff. Anyway, we're going to throw this in like that. And there's a piece of newspaper in here. We'll get this out. It's empty. That just stops the bucket from getting all kind of funky, the paper in the bottom. So that's what we got here. I'm going to close this lid down. It's propped here with a stick. Close that lid down. Close these up here. I don't need to turn this right now because I just turned it, but I guess I'll turn it anyway. A few times. Pull my arm out. Get till we get these clips around this side. Just a little bit more. Got another one here. This one's more sort of passive. So this one here, we don't even turn it over. Both of these are anaerobic. Anaerobic means that it's not being aerated. It's not the ideal way to do compost. It is the lazy person's way. This will go down to like very little, but it's all going to get. It takes a year, so seasonally, once a year, I empty this out and it just goes straight into the garden and put it wherever we want to put it. And it takes about a year. Anaerobic, it's all kind of broken down into like a black kind of mulch. This is also anaerobic here. Better is to turn your compost pile over, have sequencing and like move from one to the other, but this is the kind of keep it easy way to do things. This one's not bad. This is just, I just throw it in on top. Each of those brown paper bags is filled with, you know, various kitchen stuff that we're generating when we have breakfast or dinner. So composting, it's really easy. You can really do it. And even if you have a small garden, you can put that compost on. Better to turn it over, but this anaerobic process requires like no work. Just keep throwing it in and then like a year later you pull it out. I like having two bins because as I'm approaching springtime, I can stop adding to the one that's tumbling and start putting it all in the other one. And then what I'll do is in a couple months I'll take it from the standing one and I'll move that into the rolling one during the summertime, and I kind of rotate that a few times and then start leave that alone, and that'll kind of finish up and I can get that onto the beds during summer. I'll see, okay, here's some tomatoes, these really need more food. You know, we'll just use that compost around the tomatoes, even if it's not fully broken down. Every time it rains, water's going to kind of pull those nutrients and drop them into the soil. The soil's alive, full of living beings, and so they're going to kind of get that distributed through. So you have a healthy soil. So composting definitely is a good idea.